Hello and welcome back to Tommy's Top Picks Weekly Roundup podcast, episode 179. I'm your host, Tommy, joined by John.
How's it going?
It's going, and collector boxes are going to the moon, apparently.
They do that. They do that.
They do. Um, got a bunch of stuff to talk about this week. We're going to we talked about play boxes last week. We're going to go and talk about the same sets, but they're collector boxes this week. I'm going to talk about what we played and the Magic Bull Market, some borderless shocklands, some busted cards, some more fractured foils, a whole bunch of stuff. But John, what did he play? Did he play anything besides Dune?
I did. I played a lot of shit.
Nice.
I was out at my family's, and when I visit my sister, we play
Mm-hmm.
Magic. My brother-in-law was there, and we played Magic with him as well. So that
Nice.
was fun. So we had a um, three three-player pod, and I think it was mostly one-on-one and three-player. I don't think we played with four players, but we played some other stuff with more people,
Yeah.
just like board game stuff.
Yeah.
I got to play a bunch of precons that I had set aside specifically to test out because I wanted to
Mm-hmm.
build off of a long time ago. So I brought all of them, and we got to play them. I would say of those, I
Which ones
have
were they?
it's a bunch. Let me go and list them out. So Timnet, Neck to Moon's Will.
Okay. What set's that from?
he's a he's a zombie
What's
wizard
the like
from the
Aether
racing
Drift?
set. Yeah, Aether Drift. Yeah. So he's two white, blue, black, Vigilance Menace. Whenever you attack, draw a card, then discard a card.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you draw a card, zombies you control get +1 until end of turn. So that's pretty broken in my opinion. He was quite good. As just these are just the precons,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
room for upgrades and making him nasty. He was quite good. Obviously he's a little expensive, but he's a 4/4, Vigilance Menace. So even on that, he's not so bad. And then the card drawing stuff is just fantastic. He was great. I enjoyed him. I won with him. I also played against Zinnia Valley Voice. That was not that great. I thought it would be better than it was. Um, I don't know. Could be the pilots, but multiple
Sure.
people tried it and didn't get anywhere with it. Kasla, the Broken Halo. That one stinks. That one is a Convoke Angel. Three blue, red, white, 5/4. Flying Vigilance Haste, which sounds great except for the cost, and then also you cast when you cast you get Scry when you cast a Convoke spell,
Right.
and Convoke, if you don't remember, is tap creatures to pay for it.
Yeah.
It ends up not really working that well in the deck. I think it's probably a balance issue. Again, it's a precon, so I'm guessing they just didn't balance enough like token generators plus Convoke cards, so it just didn't seem to go off very well. I think only loss I had was playing that deck. I
Okay.
think I could be wrong about that. Maybe one other, but anyways, the one I really liked a lot was Gonti Canny Acquisitor. So that's two black, green, blue. This is shoot, what is that?
That
The
sounds
cowboy one.
expensive. Oh, Outlaws of Thunder Junction.
Yeah, Thunder Junction. Yeah, so it's 5. It costs 5. He's a 5/5. Spells you cast but don't own cost 1 less to cast. Whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, look at the top card of that player's library, then exile face down. You may play that card for as long as it remains exiled, and mana of any type can be spent to cast that spell. And
Cool.
it costs 1 less because that's the
Yeah.
other thing
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
So he is really good at stealing people's stuff and hitting them with it, which is really fun. Stop hitting yourself. Stop
Yeah.
hitting
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And the deck is filled with evasive creatures, can't be blocked,
Oh,
things like
nice.
that. Yeah. So it almost always goes off. And what was the other thing that was in there? Oh, there's a bunch of pull X cards from the deck,
Yeah.
depending on the situation. And the first instance or sorcery or whatever that pops up, you can cast it for free. So it had a bunch of cast for free stuff too, which doesn't actually synergize with this, but it makes it a lot of fun and feels very thematic. And it was a lot of fun. Like
I
I
mean, that's the
really
goal of
enjoyed it.
precons.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and it's like you should pick a lane if you want to be optimized, but this was a lot of fun, especially against other precons.
Yeah.
Stealing people's stuff and slapping them with it was a lot of fun. So, anyways, really enjoyed that. Got to play a lot of games. I don't remember exactly how many. Multiple Gonti games, multiple Kazla games, and then I think Timnet I only played once. And I feel like there might have been another deck that got played that I didn't record. But anyways, it was a lot of fun. Very goofy, pre-conny, slow magic, slow EDH, very slow. But it was fun. It was a weird time, was had
Yeah.
by all. So it was good. Yeah. It's good to
Nice.
play Magic
Sounds fun.
again. It's been a minute. Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't
Um yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I haven't played since we played in person. I am still playing that blue white mill deck. I'm tweaking as I go. Um it's actually after the bans and stuff, it's doing a lot better. It's by
Oh,
no
okay.
means a good deck. It is not good. It is very draw dependent. But it is a lot of fun still.
That's cool.
And still catching
So
people off guard.
I do have to talk about this. My brother-in-law introduced me to a card that I didn't know about.
Mhm.
May get me to try alchemy because I've been very no on alchemy the whole time. Oracle of the Alpha.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I don't play.
Yeah, so when it enters the battlefield, conjure the power 9 into your library.
Yeah.
What? I didn't know there was anything that allowed power 9 to be played, and you can play this on Arena. Like, I have to play this card. Like,
That
I don't
seems
care. I
silly.
have to play this card. Of course, it seems absurd. That's why I have to play it. So that might get me to try alchemy. But yeah, shout out to him.
Fair.
He talked about this because he plays arena. That mostly like he hasn't played. I don't think he hasn't played since we met at my mom's funeral, and he played
Oh.
in paper.
Yeah.
So years ago
Yeah.
now. So he's only played arena since then, and so he plays alchemy. I guess sometimes he plays all of the formats or a
Yeah.
lot of them, or he was playing them. I guess he's not so much anymore. But so he picked up right where he left off, learning the cards and all that stuff as he went, and he was talking about this card. And I was like, the what that does what?
Excuse me?
Yeah, exactly. And then that's why I messaged you about it because I'm like, we got to talk about this silly
Yeah.
thing. I don't know how long it's been out. I guess 23,
Yeah.
so a couple years now, huh?
Alchemy is just one of those things. It's like they tried to make Magic Hearthstone, and I don't want to go back to Hearthstone.
Power 9 is not Hearthstone. This is
Yes,
the
it is.
weirdest card ever. Is
No,
it? Why? Is that how
Hearthstone just does weird things.
I see.
It's the replicating things that can't be done in paper. That's the
Yeah,
arena. That's the Hearthstone.
yeah. I mean, Power 9 though. When
Exactly.
do you get to play with the Power 9? Come
I
on.
know.
I want
Sure.
my
For
Black
that
Lotus.
purpose,
Tommy, I
sure.
want my Black Lotus.
Sure. Go have fun. Go have fun.
I might give it a shot. We'll see. When he told me about that, I was like, the what? I was so thrown off.
Yeah. And also like they change and tweak cards so they don't in arena instead of banning or in alchemy instead of banning cards, they nerf cards. And so like sometimes the card doesn't do what you think it does because it's
Oh, it gets like cut down to
yeah.
size.
Yeah.
Got it.
But non-magic wise, I played Peak, which was a ton of fun. I'm
Yeah,
loving
that's a
that
fun
game.
game.
It's so much fun. And continuing the Breath of the Wild 100%. We're at 72. We're moving up.
Nice.
We're moving
Nice,
up.
nice.
Past 100 hours gameplay time. So still a ways to go, but we'll get there. But I did take a look at the market and wanted to talk about some collector boxes. John, see what you think. First off, obviously, we're going to talk about Final Fantasy. It's at $1,200. There's 279 on the market, and there are 74 selling a day.
I was gonna say that didn't actually go down that much. Like it was around that number. It might have even been less last week, wasn't
I
it?
think it was like 11. Yeah.
No. The number of boxes up.
Oh, the number of boxes per day selling is up.
No. The number on the market. You said it was 279. Wasn't it 250 last week?
Yes. Yeah. But
Yeah. So that.
we were looking at we were looking at play boxes last week.
Oh. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. 279, and it's still climbing.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I mean, kind of thought this would happen.
Yeah. It's just happening
Didn't think it would
faster.
happen this fast. Yeah, but still. Clearly, Final Fantasy is a draw for people.
So it's
And I
really
guess non-Magic people, right? Because that's what that's
yeah,
indicative of.
yeah, absolutely. It's all a lot of collector boxes are doing really weird things right now. We'll get into my theories why after we go through these numbers. Bloomborough at 481.53, only selling 2 a day, but they're only 42 on the market. I feel like when there's under 100, I feel like there are just less that will just come out randomly in in significant amounts to push the price down.
Yeah. Bloomborough. What do I feel about that? 41. I don't know. That feels kind of right. It's old.
41 left. Yeah, 40.
Yeah, it's old. There's not many left, and it's relatively rare because that was the print cut
Yeah, it was in the
beginning,
print
right?
cut.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean that seems fine. That
It
doesn't
is the
seem
oldest
crazy.
one on this list.
Yeah, and, which is all. It's basically post print cut
Yeah,
market,
yeah.
collector's market. Yeah.
No serialized though, but
No
a popular
serialized.
set.
Yeah, but it was a love set. It was
Yes.
a love
Yeah.
set. So it's like that's why I'm like, yeah, that's a fine price.
Yeah.
It's not like crazy for how loved it was.
No. No. But then when you look at Edge of Eternities, that's not even out yet
Yeah, that's this one.
at
I'm
403.
like, I don't like this. I think that's market hype is fed into the future, which is
Yes,
always
and
risky.
yes, so it's selling 54 a day and 192 on the market. I know allocations have been low on this, but I see a ton more coming to market. We are still half a
It's a
month away.
regular set.
It's a
It's
regular
not
set.
an
Yeah.
IP set. It's not serialized cards.
No.
Like
I see it doing what
now, will they?
Dragonstorm did.
Will,
A round,
yeah, will
round
they
release, it'll go up like crazy, and then it'll come back down to
pull off?
somewhat
Yeah,
normal.
yeah. It's like it's not gonna be printed to oblivion. That those
No,
days are long gone.
no.
But at the same time, I don't know. And well, okay, so there is one caveat to that prediction, and that is if the bonker cards, which we'll talk about in a bit, are actually more prominent
Yeah,
than we're expecting.
yeah.
Because we know Final Fantasy is supposed to be the most powerful set of the year, but
That
the
doesn't mean,
bonker
yeah,
cards, yeah, are showing some real power in this set too. Now, if it's a lot, if it's not just the early teasers like they usually do, which is what I suspect it is, if it's more than we expect, then maybe that price doesn't retreat back. It just kind of stays there and goes up like at a reasonable rate, I would assume. That would be the change in that. But I mean, Tarkir was like that too, where everyone
that's
was
what I'm
like,
saying. Yeah,
"Whoa, this is
yeah.
so much more powerful than we thought," and it's come down. So
Now it's back down to
I,
320.
yeah, exactly. So I suspect our prediction is correct, and we're right on the money with this one. But you know, there's a variable out there that could throw that prediction off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Anyways,
Speaking of Tarkir, it's at
Tarkir, yeah,
320. So this is our example of what it could be like. But Tarkir has a serialized Edge of Eternities does not.
yeah, Edge pretty much has to come down unless
Yeah.
there's something crazy we don't know.
And then Aether Drift, poor old Aether Drift, that also has a serialized 186, selling 5 a day and 389 on the market. The most on our list on the market. And the lowest price, obviously.
Yeah, we talked about this last week. No one likes that set.
No. No.
I don't even like that set. Even at 186 with a serialized card, I don't even like that set. I will
That's
say
fair.
I did buy some cards with Edge of Eternities.
Hey,
First
there you go.
first time in a while. I just bought the 2 commander decks, so
Yeah.
because I
Yeah.
was having so much fun with this pre-cons, I was like, I'm gonna do this again. I'm gonna buy those, and everyone's like getting real hyped on them, and that got me excited. I don't know. Did you see the list?
No, I haven't seen the list yet.
They're nuts. One of them is a landfall slash land destruction deck.
Gross.
And the other one's like an artifact. Oh, I can't remember. Artifact Affinity something or another deck, which you know with all this stuff we've had
Oh,
recently
yeah.
with
Yeah.
artifact stuff, it's like both of them have super synergies. And same with the landfall. We've had a lot of really interesting
Yeah, we
landfall
have
new cards.
a lot of Final
This
Fantasy.
yeah, that's what I mean. Like they're both like extensions on what
Yeah.
mechanics have been building over the year. They're pretty capstone. Like it's pretty interesting. So, anyways, I bought them both because I want to play the pre-cons. I may make them into decks in the future, but I was like, yeah, it was only like what I don't even remember how much it was. It wasn't much. It was like maybe 125 bucks, 100,
Yeah.
no,
Sounds right.
something like that. 100 bucks, 100 bucks, 120 bucks, something like that. Anyways, it was relatively affordable. I was happy to do it, and we'll see if they show up because I did buy it from TCG Player, and there's always the chance that people are overselling because it's all pre-orders. But
Yeah.
it's the Commander decks. Like
Yeah.
I'll,
I think you're
I'll be
fine.
able to get it.
I think you're
I'm
fine.
not worried about it. I'll
No.
find it if it does get canceled.
No.
Like,
And commander decks do get reprinted a bunch during the
Yes.
lifetime. So
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I'm not really worried about it.
no.
But yeah, that's I did actually pull the trigger and buy some Magic cards, which I haven't done for
Hey,
a while. Yeah.
I almost did. I almost did. Costco has the Final Fantasy commander decks at like 65, I think. And some are two are worth more than that, and two
Yeah,
are
that's
worth
reasonable.
about that. And it comes
Well,
with
you
two
bought
extra
stuff though,
packs.
right?
Hmm?
You said you have bought stuff. You buy stuff every set.
Yeah, the play boxes.
Yeah, yeah. That's what. So
But
you did. Oh, you're
I
saying
was
you
thinking about
almost bought the
I was thinking
commanders.
about
Okay.
getting the commander decks to play them, like with our friends.
Oh, right. Gotcha.
And but these, it's at Costco, it's not just the deck. You also get like a couple packs and
Oh,
play packs and some promos. Um,
nice.
which I think for Final Fantasy actually are the missing cards from the starter decks that aren't in the main set. So that's actually pretty valuable. But they only had 3 of the 4 available, so I decided not to. And obviously the most expensive one was the one that was not
Yeah, of
available.
course. Yeah.
But if I see them at my local one when we go, maybe I might be more tempted if they're right there in front of me.
Yeah.
But the last box I wanted to talk about this week is Spider-Man. At this point, we were in like the 600s for the Final Fantasy box. We're in the 700s. We're at 740.
Yeah.
Selling 8 a day with 181 on the market. This,
That's
the market I will ignore. The amount a day is
is
crazy
some. Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it's not out for over 2 months.
Yeah. I don't know how I feel about this completely. I will say that I don't know. It's see because this is IP, so maybe the
Yeah,
IP hype pushing
yeah.
forward. Oh, this is hard. This is a hard call because I
Final
my gut
Fantasy
says this
changed
is
things.
totally wrong. That's what I mean, though. Yeah, exactly. You're reading what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm like it's hard to say at this point because of the IP hype. Did they all the Final Fantasy nerds are here and they're here for Spider-Man 2? I don't know if that's true, but
I don't know if it's just Final Fantasy nerds.
or if it's just like everyone's hyped in the market
I
because of
think the
how well Final
market is
Fantasy
just hype. Yeah,
did. Yeah,
it's pulling a lot of people in, like a lot on YouTube. I follow a lot of PokeTubers, and a lot of them have been talking about Final Fantasy Magic and Universes Beyond,
but are they
and
talking about Spider-Man?
not yet, but they're very
Yeah,
much like all of them talk about what's happening now. Like
yeah.
they don't look ahead typically. Um, but I bet you in September they will be.
I guess we'll find out. It's a weird one. It's a weird one.
And I also think just this bull run of collectible cards, especially in Pokemon, and with it getting so obscene, I see it bleeding over into collector boxes with like just the connection of seeing all the Poketubers talking about Magic collector boxes and how one of the big talking points in the Poketuber community is reprints, right? Well, now they can pitch this to their viewer base that these collector boxes won't be reprinted because they won't.
Yeah.
So tell a community of collectors, investors of shiny cardboard rectangles that, hey, you can buy this box knowing it'll never be reprinted. Not saying it won't ever go back down, but you don't have to fear this box will not be reprinted. It's a selling point.
It is. It's a thing, and there's clearly market activity that supports this theory.
And the IP is working.
Um, yeah, the IP is definitely working. There's no doubt about that. We knew that since Lord of the Rings, honestly.
Then there was a sad post on, I forget what Magic subreddit it was this week. It was just like, I really hope Spider-Man fails so that they never do Universes Beyond again, or at least cut it back so it's not half the sets of the year. Da, 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 da. And I was just like, buddy, this ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, good luck.
They You see that Final Fantasy, that means we're in for at least 2 more years of this.
Yeah, for sure.
Because they're
100%. Like
planning everything in the future and they're planning around what happened with Final
success.
Fantasy
Yeah,
and Lord of
exactly.
the Rings
The
and
amount of money. They're planning around printing more money because they
yes,
enjoy doing that. And it's
yes.
like, why would they not do that? You got to be insane to fight that That tide is here. It's coming. It's a tsunami. You can't stop it.
And now they have more bargaining chips when they go to the table to talk to different
Yep.
IPs because they were like,
Yep.
look what happened.
What can they do next? That's the thing that we were talking about this last week. Like what? I can't even imagine an IP that makes sense. A next step.
Give me DC and I will be financially irresponsible.
I saw the Superman movie this weekend.
I'm jealous. I want to see it so bad.
It's pretty good. You'll probably enjoy it more than I
Yeah,
did.
I've heard a lot of
Because
really good things.
it definitely seems like it ties to comics more than like, the dark era stuff that was the previous version.
Yeah. I
It
mean,
feels very much more comic booky.
yeah, do the Justice League. Do Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman
What's the
decks.
group in the movie? What was it? Oh god, it has Green Lantern, the Hawk Lady, and Mr. Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
What's that group called? Do you know?
Oh, they've been the three of them have been in multiple groups.
Yeah,
There's
in the movie they're called like the what do they call they're arguing about what the name should be, and then at the end they kind
that's
of decide on it. It's like the
okay.
Judgment Group or Judgment Gang or something like that. Justice Gang. That's it. Justice
Justice
Gang.
Gang. That's not a comic
Yeah.
book thing, I don't think.
Okay. Well, and the tongue in cheek of it makes me think that maybe it was like one of those like
Because there's been so many different
inside
slightly
joke
very
thing.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
that's what
yeah, yeah.
that's definitely what that is.
They really hammed it out, and it
Nice.
was fun. Like it
Nice.
was fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I have
it's definitely that kind of movie though. Like you're not getting your dark and gritty in this.
no, that's yeah.
It's
Yeah.
fiction. Yeah. There's several scenes where they're like fighting monsters in the background while like Superman's having a conversation, like a real serious conversation.
Yeah, yeah, I
Like,
believe
oh,
it.
okay.
That sounds right.
Yeah. But yeah, I could see them maybe picking up on that IP if this sort of movie IP takes off. Like, what big IP is coming out with a movie soon? Because that's what we should look for.
Um,
Odyssey. What do they do with Odyssey? That would actually be kind of cool. They did do the ancient Greek, you know, spin-off set.
yeah.
Nolan's movie.
I wonder if they can get Star Wars.
God, I really hope they don't.
No, I'm just thinking of other IPs that
I know.
would move the
I love
needle.
Star Wars. Yeah, I
I'm
love
not
Star
thinking
Wars
for
too. I just
us. I'm not thinking for you and me. I'm thinking the general public. And the other
I
one. So here's the other one. Nintendo.
mm, that's not really an IP for movies.
No, it doesn't need to be movies.
I guess that's true.
Lord of the Rings hasn't had a recent movie. Oh, I guess it had the Rings of
Yeah,
Power when that
totally
came out.
had a bunch of stuff on
It had
media.
shows. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but Warhammer didn't. So you're
True.
right. It doesn't have to be. It could be, it could be a game. And
Doctor
Final
Who
Fantasy didn't,
didn't.
right?
Assassin's Creed didn't.
Doctor Who is a show, but Final Fantasy isn't, and Assassin's Creed isn't. So yeah, but Doctor Who is a
No, I
show.
just meant isn't. Or is Doctor Who still coming out with new stuff?
Oh, most certainly.
Okay.
It's one of those that has like
Never ends.
yeah, it's been I
Like The
don't know.
Simpsons.
Like I could be 100% wrong, but yes, it's like that. It's
Yeah.
like they have 1,000 plus episodes over like 30 years or something. It's like ridiculous. I know it's huge and I don't know if it ended or not. But my guess is no, because there's always a statement about who the next doctor will be.
Yeah. I mean, think about the largest IPs in the world. Nintendo has to be there. I mean, they're not going to do Pokemon, obviously. I'd assume. But
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah. And if you look at like the Bloomborough crowd, the kid
yeah,
grab crowd, then yeah, like a Mario, Princess, Toadstool, Commander set. You know what I mean? Like you could definitely build that.
yeah. Oh, absolutely. But because
Yeah.
then you also have access to like Zelda and Donkey
Donkey
Kong
Kong
and
and like all
Kirby and
yeah,
Yoshi
yeah,
and yeah, there's plenty of
yeah.
stuff there.
And maybe you're right. Maybe this like Final Fantasy was a success. Let's show this to Nintendo and say, what do you think?
Yeah.
Like because of that, you're right. Like that actually tracks. I could say that. That would be a ways off though, because I doubt they had it already lined up.
Oh, sure.
So I could see that. That's actually a pretty good guess. Guess we'll find out.
Guess we'll find out. Yeah, and I wouldn't say Disney because Lorcana.
Yeah, well, and that's why I was like, I hope not Star Wars
Right,
because
right,
Star Wars. Like,
right.
it's not that I don't love Star Wars. I love Star Wars. Star Wars and Magic would be fine with me, even though it's a Universe Beyond thing. It's the fact that there's so many other Star Wars card games already. I'm like, I don't want to go on TCG Player and have 5 different types of Star Wars game. Like
Devil's
card
advocate.
games.
Final
What?
Fantasy has its own card game.
Oh, totally. But it's so niche and not very American.
Fair.
You know what I mean? That's why it's like I that one doesn't bother me as much because I guess because I don't look for anything Final Fantasy related.
They do, but they do. There are Final Fantasy boxes coming out.
Yeah, it's still a live game.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Yeah, I don't like the crossover, but maybe they do. Maybe they do. I don't know. You're right. They did with Final Fantasy. I just don't
Yeah,
want to go on TCG Player and have to deal with 5 different games coming up when I search.
that's fair.
That's really the only thing that makes it.
Have to apply one more filter.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
That's the
gonna
thing that
happen though
makes it
with
a little
IPs.
cringe. It's bad. It's bad. TCG Player needs to redesign its crap because it makes me crazy. It doesn't even
World of
work the way it
Warcraft.
seems to. Sure, you could do that. I don't see why you would unless they come out with World of Warcraft 2 for finally after decades of promising they would and never doing it,
I
which they're
I
not going
don't
to
I
do.
don't remember them ever promising a second one.
They have talked about new versions a lot.
The last I heard was that they have a
They
30
were going to
year.
kill it
They're gonna try and get World of Warcraft to 30 years.
now, but
Now,
years ago they
no,
said they
I
were
know.
going to
That's what I'm saying. The
apocalypse it.
latest. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. They were going to apocalypse it and have a new one come out, and then they killed that. That was the sci-fi one, right? They were going to do like a
That was what over.
StarCraft MMO or something.
No, it turned into Overwatch.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, it was going to be a
Project
whole
Titan.
new IP. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, it was originally going to be an MMO, right? But then
Overwatch was originally going to be an MMO. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Okay, so that was the thing. Anyways,
Yeah. Ooh, they could do Overwatch. That'd be kind of cool.
I guess it didn't get as big as people wanted it to. So
No, that's fair. It had its
I,
moment,
I
and
think
COVID
WoW's
happened.
a better
WoW.
one.
Oh, WoW is absolutely better. You have all the artifacts. You have all the different races and classes, and you can play
Mhm.
with that a ton. You can bring back the classes from the D&D sets and do WoW classes. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool, comboing like WoW classes and the D&D classes and
Yeah,
stuff
yeah, yeah,
in a way.
yeah,
Yeah, using the same mechanics across those two. That would be neat.
yeah.
That
It's
could
like
actually be
D&D,
kind
it's
of fun.
monk, and WoW, it's priest, and
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, yeah, and you can do the like the adventure kind of enchantment things
yeah.
and all
The
that stuff
sagas.
because
Yeah.
because it all fits like within the same general like mechanic structure
Enter the
mindset.
dungeon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dungeons
yeah.
you could do actually that's a really
You could
good idea.
introduce raids, which are just like a longer dungeon.
I hope they don't do that, but yes. Yes, they could extend one of those mechanics that people didn't really like that much in the
Yeah,
first place.
yeah, and do it again.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of potential crossover. Plus it's fantasy by default,
Yeah,
so it
it
works
works.
like as far as keeping it in that realm, although they don't seem to care about that anymore.
No.
Um and yeah, there's a lot of good crossover on that.
I mean,
That'd be neat.
they could also go back with the. I wouldn't be surprised if when the Henry Cavill Warhammer stuff comes out, give
Oh,
me a
I
play
fully
box. Give me a play
I
box.
fully expect Warhammer to be visited again, especially after
Yeah,
the success they've
yeah,
had so far, because Warhammer's constantly licensing its IP.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that's like a natural, easy fit, particularly if that sale went well for, um, oh God, what are they called? White Dwarf. Who's the people that make Warhammer?
Games Workshop.
Games Workshop. Jesus, I was blanking
They
on it. Yeah,
publish White Dwarf, the
yeah. White
magazine.
Dwarf is the magazine. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Games Workshop. Because if it was a financial win for them, that test run, the little,
it had to have been.
it probably was. We don't know what the deal terms
They're
were.
doing incredible right now. They just paid out their employees like a ton of money because they made so much money.
Oh, okay. Well, then there you go. So
Yeah,
yes, they will
yeah,
probably revisit that and do it again. I
yeah,
see no reason not to. There's other races to do other commander decks with. There's other lore to dig into. Like there's a ton of it, and they could do the fantasy version of that too.
yeah. Age of Sigmar.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they're constantly releasing new stuff that they could time with it to,
Mm-hmm.
create synergy, and it's in the same shops. Like
Yep.
there's Warhammer stuff on the shelf. There's, so
Yep.
yeah,
It just
that one's a
works.
natural fit. I really do think that one will happen again. I thought that for a while though.
Yeah.
That first one was relatively limited. It was like a test run on it. So
Yeah. Yeah. Give me a Warhammer playbox. That'd be exciting.
yeah.
You want to talk about some borderless shocklands?
Yeah, there's saw
New
the art.
style?
Yeah, that they were talking about with the Edge of Eternity. Some pretty neat stuff. So the Shocklands, they all are borderless, and they are all of an alien race landing on some sort of planet, coming out of their ship, which is kind of cool. It's a little bit strange. I'm not sure how I feel about the actual art itself. But I do like the concept of these like very different looking ones. It's kind of dark because it's coming out of shit. Like all of them have a black bottom, but I mean it's pretty good. What do you think?
I
Did you look at them?
I wouldn't call it borderless.
What? Why?
Like the breeding pool, the art borders. The art makes a border. They
Yeah,
all
but it's
make a border.
but dude, are you serious? Is that your line? Is that there's a framing within the image?
Yes.
That's silly. You know what a
I'm a
border is,
yeah,
right,
I'm a
Tommy? When
designer.
you
Go
look at
on.
it, when you look at a card, you know what a border is, right,
Yes.
Tommy?
Yes.
It's a line that's there that has nothing to do with the art. Do you see one of those on this?
N-
No, you don't.
no.
So yes, the image is framed to fit within a card shape.
Yes.
Thank God.
But
Not
it's
that the
just
Lord of the Rings ones that are like the multi-panel thing; those are pretty cool. So
yeah.
I do actually like when they do that too. But still,
No,
I
they're just it's they made a new border frame for each one.
It's not even a border frame. It's not even close. It is integrated into the art.
They're all mirrored. They're all the same on both sides.
No, they aren't.
Yes, they
It's
are.
absolutely that's absolutely false. They are not mirrored.
Well, no, the borders are mirrored.
The first one, the breeding pool, is not mirrored.
Yes, it is. How is it not? Oh, I guess it's
Oh,
slightly different,
it's slightly different with the bubbly bit, but
but
yeah.
come
So,
on.
well, again, do you see why? Are you looking at the freaking art?
Yes.
It's a gangplank to a ship.
Yes. No, I get the art is
It
correct and
should
I
be,
guess
yeah,
it should be. It's just
yeah.
I just find it funny that they call it
Or a window, I
borderless
guess.
and there are borders.
Th- Dude, you're ridiculous.
I'm
I got
dying on
nothing
this
more
hill,
for you.
John.
I got nothing more for you. Anyways, moving on
They're
to the other
cool
art.
looking. It's good. The art,
Let's
I'm
talk
not
about the
diminishing
other
the
art.
art. The art is great.
Let's look at the fractured foil, which are not called borderless, but
Have
also don't
borders.
have borders. They have lines that are semi-borders, I guess. I don't know if you want
They
to
have
be
the
that.
white borders.
Oh yeah, they do. I totally did not notice this because the way the art flowed into them.
They get punched out like Pokemon cards, but
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they do have the border. What do you think about these?
they're cool.
I
They're
hate Pokemon style, but honestly, this is the best ones they've done.
yeah, yeah. Land of War Elves is my favorite.
Send that to me. I don't remember what that looks like.
It was in
And it was fractured foil too.
Foundations. Yeah.
Okay.
Or I guess that's Showcase. The link I sent you is Showcase, but there is a fractured foil version.
Get good. Get good with your TCG Magic Scrub. Oh yeah,
Just
okay.
Googled it.
Yeah. I got it. Um,
Yeah, fractured foil
and
Showcase.
this is the Pokemon style. You think this one is too? I guess it kind of is, huh?
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. See how it has like the line
Yeah.
under creature
Yeah.
elf druid?
Yeah.
It has the
Yeah.
same
You're right.
thing. Yeah, it's the same style.
You're right. You're right. I like yeah, so this one, yeah, it was definitely one of the best ones that they've done historically.
It's
I
also a
think
$700
most
card.
of them, yeah, I think most of them are garbage in my opinion personally. I'm not a Pokemon collector, so if you feel very strongly that they're awesome, more power to you. Nothing against you. It's just my personal style. I don't like them. Um, this one is of these the best, the latest set, this Edge of Eternity set, I think look pretty good. Like the style of the art fits the style of the fractured foil,
Yes.
Pokemon style
Yeah.
thing. So I like the way that works. I felt like what was it? Was it the Final Fantasy ones we were looking at and the text just felt wrong?
That was Through the Ages one, where they used the
Okay.
Final Fantasy font.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was. Yeah, that was.
But
Yeah,
I'm not crazy about the first two, the Anti Casual Vestige and Mutinous Massacre, but I really like the Exalted Sunburn.
same.
Sunbreak.
I like the Exalted the best. I'm just saying it kind of works where the other ones felt like wrong. They just didn't look right in my mind. Now they're
Yeah.
much better. So, and yes, Land Where Else is also very nice.
Yeah. All the
Um,
foundations, a lot of them, because that they also had the Doubling Season and the Twin Flame Tyrant. There were some cool ones in Foundations.
yeah, I guess that was the preview of this stuff,
I think
huh?
that was the first one.
Yeah, I agree. I think it was.
Yeah, because Confetti Foils was Wilds of Eldraine. What came
Yeah.
before Foundations? Oh, was there Fractured Foils in Bloomburrow? No, they called them something different.
Yeah, I was gonna say I have no idea with the foiling stuff they've done over the
Yeah.
past year, man. I cannot keep track.
They did in Duskmourn, they did in
They've done
Aether
so
Drift.
many things.
Yeah. I think I think Foundations was the first time.
It makes sense. That was the new direction,
Yeah.
you know. It's Foundation.
Yeah. Aether Drift ones, yeah. The Duskmourn ones are pretty cool though.
Yeah. Meh.
Oh, there's a waifu on an Edge of Eternities. Starfield Vocalist.
Oh, there's more than just those three. I didn't realize.
Mm-hmm.
I just
Art.
happened to cross those three. Oh my. No. God. Why?
Yeah.
No.
There's 7. Yeah.
No, I hate that. Yeah. Okay. Whatever. I hope some people love it. Clearly they do because they keep printing them.
This one
So
looks like a Power Rangers card.
I almost like that one better
Of course you do.
because of the action they have,
Yeah.
like the fire coming out over
Yeah.
the
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure that'll
borders
look great
actually
in foil.
looks
Yeah.
good. Yeah, that's kind of a cool dynamic action shot.
Yeah.
Whereas the other one's just kind of jamming more art
Yeah.
over the border. You know what I mean? Like it didn't feel
It
like
just
it's doing
expanded
anything.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. This one actually makes it pop a bit.
Yeah.
I'm still not a huge fan of it, but that one
No.
was better than the other ones. Anyways, whatever. You like what you like,
Yeah. And we had some.
especially borderless cards with borders.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm not saying I actually like these that much. I think it's neat that they're doing something different.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
it's fun, but like put it this way, I'm not gonna go out or be excited to buy any of these Shocklands. I have Shocklands. I don't need Shocklands. If I didn't have Shocklands, I would not pay premium for these Shocklands. I would just get a regular Shockland
Right. Right.
because it's fine. Like, well, and also I'm
Do
more
these
utilitarian.
push down the price of a regular Shockland?
I think that's the idea because they're being reprinted, right?
Yeah.
Like the whole idea is to add more stock. Now they'll probably be super rare still, right? But they've done Shockies a bunch of times,
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think they're just trying to get them to a more reasonable price because they are the fast mana,
Right.
that they can reprint. So I think that's really all it's about. Yeah, I'm not big enough fan where I'm like, ooh, I want to go get these and own these for my own stuff. Unless I need a breeding pool for like an insect deck. If it
Unless it
was
matches the
thematic,
theme.
yeah,
Yeah.
if it was thematic, I might like get the breeding pool. Like if I'm doing a blue green
Yeah.
insect
Yeah.
deck, I might go and get this. I
Yeah.
might pay the extra for that. But
Yeah.
without it being thematic,
Yeah.
don't
No. Yeah. That's fair.
don't care.
Fair. And then we found some busted cards.
Oh my god, dude. This is like right after the last podcast too. So I'll just do two, but there's more than two out there. Feel free to drop a comment if you have other busted cards they revealed this past week, or recently. So Frenzied Baloth, I think is how you say that.
Yeah.
Baloth, something like that.
Bailiff.
This two green, 3/2. All right, first off, 2 green, 3/2. What the hell? Since when? Since recent, since Final Fantasy,
Yeah.
basically, and a little bit before. I think they started teasing these power creep. This spell can't be countered. It has
Uh-huh.
trample and haste.
Great.
Creature spells you control can't be countered.
Cool.
Combat damage can't be prevented.
Neat.
What the ever living what?
It's
What?
happening. He's coming. You're not countering him.
What? That's a crazy green card. That's a crazy green card. Yeah. Anyways, it's gonna change. Like I've already seen video titles where they're like, "How to break standard with this card? How to break this that?" You know, like this is part of the meta. I don't know what it's gonna look like. I'm not good enough at predicting how mechanics evolve, but people are doing things with this card because it has so many things on it for 2 green, which green decks never have any mana. So that's a real limiter that it has 2 green.
Sure. Still dies to cut down though. Still dies to removal.
It does die to removal. It definitely dies to removal. But if you're putting this in your deck, you're protecting it and pumping it because it has trample and haste.
Yeah.
In fact, you already have all the things you need so that when you put this down, it's actually a 10-12
Oh,
trample haste.
sure. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Can't be countered. Deal
Yeah.
with me. I'm about to smash your face. Oh, by the way, your combat damage prevention doesn't work either, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you don't put this down first.
No. No.
You put this down when you're ready because you're green and you
Yeah.
have 2 green extra
Yeah.
at any given point.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
That's fair.
it's a gross card.
It
It's
is.
gonna
It
they're
is.
gonna do things with it. I don't know what, but it's gonna do things.
Yeah.
The other one that's just silly, Thrumming Hive Pool. So it's 6 colorless, right? That's like, oh, okay, that's not so bad. It's an artifact. Except it's affinity for slivers. And what's the one thing you do when you have slivers in your deck?
You make more of them.
You have more slivers because that's how slivers work. You want them to all be in the deck together. That's how they are. So affinity means it costs 1 less. Not that you tap the sliver, right? If it was
Nope.
that one, I'd be less offended. No, no, no. You don't tap anything. Just your slivers being in existence allow you to put this down for free. Now, I will give the one balance that everyone knows is about slivers. Therefore, they never let people put 6 slivers down. So you will pay
Fair.
for this.
Fair.
It will be discounted, guaranteed,
Yeah.
if you have a board state, and sometimes you'll get it for free.
Yeah.
But that's just the beginning. What it does, slivers you control have double strike and haste. Like, good God. That's a powerhouse, especially if this is free. And then at the beginning of your upkeep, create 2 1/1 colorless sliver creature tokens, which also have the double strike and haste, and the +1 from the fire sliver, and the whatever from the other sliver, and flying, and indestructible, and because that's what slivers do, because they're slivers.
Yeah.
Like, holy crap. Yeah, that is a 6 cost or 0 cost game finisher. Like
Yeah.
that's what that is. Like that is I'm done. You lose. Slivers win.
Yeah.
Which, 6 cost game finisher isn't insane, except that you can get it for free, so you can probably get it out
Right.
early
Right.
if you ramp your slivers correctly. So anyways, yeah, that one was also like what so they have some heat in this set. I don't know if it's going to carry through or how many more there are.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's other bonker cards I missed, but those 2 in particular stood out to me. I was like, what in the hell?
Yeah. Those are wild.
Yeah. Sorcery came out with a new set.
Really? Like it's out? Or
It's a
preview?
mini set. I think it's technically pre-orders went up.
Okay.
And it sold out on Team Covenant within
Dang.
24 hours. Yeah, which is surprising because they're the group that always had the boxes. So
I wonder how quickly that comes back.
Good question. And it's like a mini set. I think it's only like 13 unique cards and then like 1
Oh.
rainbow. So it's like a weird thing, but it sold out like
Yeah.
within 24 hours, which I was like, I actually was, when I saw what the product was, I was like, oh, let's see what the price is. It might be worth it just to have the extra cards. It was gone. I was like, what? Okay, fine. Yeah, I'm not like that upset about it, but at the same time, like that's weird. 24 hours and the whole
Yeah.
freaking thing sold out.
Yeah.
So
That's a marketing play.
Yeah, it probably is like a hype builder. It's like their
Yeah.
little teaser to, yeah, don't forget about us. We will have a
Yeah.
set.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing, I'm
Yeah.
guessing. And
Yeah.
it was cool dragons, cool art, So it added to a theme with the previous set, and the art was good. I think it was like an artist feature, so like I think he did all 13 of the artworks.
Oh, cool.
So it was kind of like a way to highlight the artist, which I actually
Yeah,
really
I like that.
appreciate. that was another reason why I was like, yeah, I'll buy that. Like cool art, like that's what I like about this game. Like I'll go get that, and especially if it's like not too much for only 13 cards plus one.
Right.
I was like, yeah, sure, like I'll throw that out there, and then I couldn't. I was like disappointed, but
Well, shit.
yeah, not the end of the world. I'm sure they'll show up. Hopefully, it's not like scalped to hell and like crazy, but yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But that was a weird one, and it went by real fast.
Fun. No, we'll keep an eye on it.
Okay. Anything else you wanted to talk about card related?
I don't think so. I'm kind of on a pause right now. I have orders in for my play boxes through Spider-Man. So I'm good. I don't know. I did place an order for I know it's not till September, but it's just the way the hype mode's going. I am sticking away from collector boxes right now because I don't know. It's
Don't
not
want to spend eight hundred
I don't want
dollars
to
a box.
spend no, I don't. I'd rather that money go elsewhere. Uh but the play boxes I am on track to still have one at least one case of each set. Um grab my Edges of Eternities for 600. I feel like that's kind of the sweet spot. If it goes a little lower, like Aether Drift, that's fine. That's the risk you take. But the downside, the higher upside's higher than the downside.
Yeah, especially right now.
Yeah, and then Spider-Man, my price point, I want to stick around 140 because that's where I was able to get Final Fantasy. There are places you can still get it now. I don't know how long that's gonna last. I don't
Not
see it
long. Doubt.
happening as long as it was at 140 for Final Fantasy.
Yeah. Now that this hype is now
Without
that the
seeing
beast
any
has
cards.
been
Without seeing
released.
any
Yeah.
cards. I just
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. I don't think it matters.
It doesn't. We're in the what do they call that? The enthusiastic phase where everyone's just insane. Like
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
it's yeah, it doesn't matter.
Just throw a
Yeah.
blind at the dartboard.
Yep. Yep.
Um, but
It's a
the other
fun phase,
thing,
but
yeah,
good God, the risk is all there. That's where all the risk is.
yeah. And I didn't verify whether it was real or not, but I did see a leak of the new Pokemon set, Mega Evolutions, which I think might be the new base set with ending
Okay.
Scarlet and Violet. So
Oh,
it'll be interesting to see what happens.
you think that could
Um,
reinvigorate Pokemon again?
no, it could cool it down
Oh, you think? Okay.
because the base set is what they print the most of, and the base set traditionally does really bad um, at the beginning because it's more for the players because it gives them access to all these important trainer cards and the new mechanics of the new sets, and
Hmm.
that's typically when they introduce like a new EX era or GX
But
or
when you say it cools it down, is it just a cooldown for that one crap set because everyone knows that's the crap set, or is it a cooldown for the entire next Pokemon set? Because I
no.
feel like
So
they do have that, like where like a whole set is kind of ignored, and
it's
then people
typically
get
like
hyped about it later.
yeah, it's typically like halfway through, and
Yeah,
that's what's happened in both Sword and Shield and Scarlet and Violet. So from what I've seen and what I've heard in the
yeah,
past is it's similar, where like the first you have a good amount of that's like your accumulation phase is the first half of a Pokemon generation block, and then the other one, the second half is when it picks up steam because those early boxes are now starting to disappear and aren't going to be reprinted, and it just snowballs from there. So then things
the
catch up and
craziness,
yeah.
the craziness of
So
cardboard. Not
we could see a pull back in Pokemon because we also saw a pullback when that happened with
did
Scarlet
we?
and Violet.
I feel like we didn't. I feel like it was very
That's
limited
when we were
compared to
getting
the
the like
previous.
I was getting the like 70 $80 first 5 6 sets of Scarlet and Violet.
Guess that happened. I feel like that
Yeah.
was so fast that it went up though.
It did. That's why
Yeah,
I
it was
sold so
so
fast
fast.
because I didn't think it was going to keep going, but it did.
It was so fast.
But I mean, I tripled mine, so I'm fine. I was good. Like I don't regret it. I don't feel bad. I could have quadrupled it. It's fine. Like I'm not mad about it. It's now in collector boxes that have gone up, so like I'm not I'm not concerned. But it's just one of those things where is it time to do that again? with this new set? Like, if we see prices come back down to the 160s, like what MSRP is supposed to be, because everyone's bored of it or whatever. Because like the hype cycle only can stay so high, and then people get bored or move on. Like there's the
Well,
whole
yeah, and
Labubu thing and like other
yeah,
collectible things, and
and money drains too. Like
yeah,
people spend what they can, and they get like a little tight and have to pay those credit card bills and whatever.
yep,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
So yeah, there's a business cycle to it, I guess. Whatever that phrase is for this.
yeah,
I'm not sure it's a business cycle per se, but it is a cycle that happens. So
market cycle.
I don't know. I don't know how long it's gonna last.
I mean, it could just keep going. Honestly, like I wouldn't be surprised if it just kept going. I'm just saying that there might be an opportunity
Yeah, yeah.
in like 6 months,
Is that when that comes out?
probably.
Okay.
There's still a
Yeah, I
couple
was
things.
curious about the timing. Yeah, because we still have stuff on the calendar, right? For
Yeah,
the
yeah,
current set. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Gotcha.
yeah.
Hmm. Well,
But
we
yeah,
shall
that's
see.
all I had with cards.
Pokemon. Yeah.
Oh, and I watched an interesting video on um, just a couple of the new games that are coming out.
Okay.
Gundam
Oh, right.
and
We were talking about
Gundam
those
came
like
out,
last week, whatever.
and I guess allocations are so little that stores are just kind of like, what do I do with this?
As a new game,
Yeah,
and it has
yeah,
low allocation. What is wrong with them?
I don't
That's a
know.
terrible plan.
Yeah, and or it's, I don't think it's the demand on that one, but the same thing with Riftbound, which is the League of Legends. But that I think is just demand. Like,
There's
just
no demand or
no,
what?
there's a ton of demand.
Oh, gotcha. So there's not enough supply for
Yeah,
what they.
yeah.
Gotcha.
And then I guess catching up on, if anyone still plays Star Wars, um, I guess it's been real rough for the boxes, the regular boxes, like the collector boxes are basically just all people buy now.
Yeah, because they have the fancy
Yeah,
versions and they're probably quite affordable.
yeah.
Yeah,
So it's just
that's
impossible. So basically, all the boxes, the regular boxes, are just at store cost on TCD Play, pretty much. So
oh, that's a bad sign. Like
yeah,
that kills games
yes, it does.
when that happens because the stores can't afford to buy them and they're probably forced to buy them.
And they're serializing
It's
those, so
like,
they can't reprint them.
yeah, eesh, yeah. Hopefully they pull out of whatever that is and it can last into their later sets like they originally planned.
Yep,
I wonder how
we'll see.
committed they still are to that plan
I don't know.
at this point. Feels like they've made a few pivots along the way.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like the game's growing though. It is doing well. It's not like it's still firing at stores, but
I mean, that's good, but still, when your base box
yes, exactly.
fails, that causes shops to stop carrying because they typically have to pay for those, you know?
Yeah, but then they can get creative with them. Like they host draft,
If the
they use it
drafts
as prize
are
support for
I was gonna say,
entries.
if the drafts are valued and the big thing, yes,
Yeah,
agreed.
yeah,
Especially with the tournaments and stuff they were launching this year,
yeah,
so they could recover some of this,
yeah,
so
yeah, absolutely. But yeah, that's all I had on cards.
alright. As your second try to say you're all done. Are you really done? Because
Yes,
I'm gonna go into
yes.
economics.
Let's go
Okay.
to economics.
Alright. Relatively short this week. There was consumer spending index that came out, and it was showing that we are seeing sputtering spending in May. So now being in July, this is one of those ones that's like real data, not projected data.
Yeah,
So that's why it's delayed by that long. It takes a while to get those numbers together. So May data was showing weakening in spending. Now we did get a consumer confidence index a couple weeks ago that was pretty positive, which could be a counter to this older data. So maybe May was sputtering and people were holding off, and now they feel more confident than that period. So you got to take this as just a small data faction, but it's a bad sign. Like you don't want that. You don't want consumers holding back. Again, could have been temporary. Remember what was happening in May. There's a lot of chaos around the tariffs. I think the war stuff had just started too, so that probably scared some people
Right.
into like, ooh, better hold money, you know. So you got to think about the context of it to give it any sort of value. I don't weight this as a heavy negative indicator, but it is a thing to keep an eye on. If we get, you know, June and July data also showing bad consumer spending, then that's more of a sign, right?
Right.
So let's keep an eye on where that goes. The next one's a little spicy. The stripper index. You guys have probably heard this. I don't think I've talked about it before, but I know
Yeah,
it's a
we have.
thing.
Yeah, we have.
Oh, have we? Okay,
We've
yeah, yeah.
talked about the stripper index.
So strippers and OnlyFans people are saying we're in a recession. They tend to be a leading indicator. This is an actual thing. I'm
It
not
is. It
making it
is.
up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they are essentially the recipient of excess money. When things are good, they are good. They get tipped well and they get lots of customers and all that stuff. When economic downturns happen, they're some of the first to realize it because, you know, who needs to spend on strippers when you got to pay your mortgage or your bills, right? So they see it quickly when there's a recession, and they are saying there's a recession. People are not spending on pornography and or experiences. So yeah, they say it's here. I don't know how accurate it is. I'm not sure
I feel like
anyone's
it means it could
mapped it.
happen. Like we're on the edge of
Yes.
it.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's probably the first thing, therefore it's
Yeah.
not necessarily a deep
The
or
second thing may never trigger kind of a
exactly. Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's fair. That's a good thing. That's a good way of looking at it. It's a
it's like,
leading
all right,
indicator
I
with a
cut
maybe, with
I
a big
had
maybe on it.
I had to cut my strippers, but I didn't have to cut my cardboard.
Yeah,
Priorities.
exactly. Yeah. Is that how you budget, Tommy?
Yeah, that's
You
how
cut
I
you cut
budget.
your
Yeah.
you cut your strippers before you cut
Yeah.
your cardboard? Okay, we
Yeah.
got that.
I mean, I've cut my
Uh,
strippers and never brought them back. I've never been able
uh,
to make it back to that. So,
the other one that came up, which is this one's a little bit more concerning because of the length of time that this covers. So, over the last 6 months, mortgage defaults are up 200%. Now, how bad is that compared to previous? It's, you know, not great because I know we've seen defaults for a while now. Is it end of the world situation? Is this an '08 crisis? Definitely not that.
no.
But when you start seeing mortgage defaults, that's a pretty serious indicator because you got to think about it. For you
That's not the
to,
first thing cut.
yeah, exactly. For you to default on your house, it's bad, right? And that's what is happening, and it's rising. So, this over a longer period of time will matter a lot. If it's a short term, like, you know, jump because of all the government employees that were fired, right? Like
Right.
that could be a thing, right? And then maybe they're all new jobs or the tech people because there was a big tech layoff too
Yep.
this early in this year. So, you know, tech people, government people, and that's it. And then it comes back, fine. If it continues, not great. And 6 months is pretty bad. Like usually when it's like a quarter or whatever, you're like, well, you know, it's a quarter. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's 6 months now. It's like starting to become a trend. You're at two major data points. If we see a third, then we're like, oh God, now it's real. Like
Yeah.
that's a lot of people with no houses and houses that aren't getting bought up. And you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, you don't default on your mortgage often.
No.
And it also means that well, it doesn't necessarily mean you can't sell the house, but that's probably a factor
Yeah.
because for you to go bad on debt, it means you theoretically could have sold the house and not gone bad on the debt, right? And just paid it off. But that means it's in a negative state. So they have a mortgage that's too high. Maybe balloon debt, any sort of number of things could cause that. And or they couldn't find a buyer at the price necessary to cover the mortgage.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
all those are
Underwater.
bad signs. Like that's a pretty big red flag early, but still a big one. So unfortunately, this week we got bad economic news. Nothing new on the employment front. We hear about that in another, I guess, month. I think that's every month. Fed is still holding tight on rates. Nothing's changed there. They may fire Jerome Powell, which is bad. If
Yeah.
they do that, the economy does not like that at all. Every time the threat comes up, it gets reflected pretty quickly in the data because you want stable Fed
Yes.
behavior. You don't want things switching around a lot. And then what was the other thing? The tariffs are now reinvigorated over the weekend. So no data is reflecting this yet, except for futures in the stock market.
Right.
But not super excited because I think, what was it, 30% on all of Europe and somewhere else. Maybe Canada. I can't remember, somewhere else. But basically, he's declaring that again. We got 2 weeks
Japan
until
too.
the August deadline. Oh, maybe it was Japan. Yeah, I knew it was something like a
A
trade
lot of
partner that was
cards get
kind of important.
imported in from Japan.
Yeah. So, again, threats, not
Collector
real yet.
boxes are imported by Japan.
Nothing solid there, and with how often it gets switched around, like
Wasn't
who
it
knows?
August 1st?
August 1st is the date.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got 2 weeks for things to get sorted out, or that happens. That's kind of like the story. And again, unless he adds another, 90 days, or like
Yeah.
you can't rely on any of that. That's the problem.
No.
Like it's basically just more noise that does seem to have an impact. Basically, the markets are not happy with it, don't like it. So hopefully it doesn't happen, but who knows? It's hard to say these days.
Buy your anime figures now.
I guess so. That's all I got for economics.
Cool. Well, I don't have anything else.
Me neither.
Cool. Well, if the world's still spinning next week, we'll catch you guys later.
Have a good one.